We know the basic meaning of 3D printing technology, and we know what are the sequence of steps that are followed in the 3D printer, and what is the impact the 3D printing technology is creating nowadays. We said that this is going to be the thrust areas of manufacturing nowadays, and this is creating a greater interest in the part of research and in many applications. Say for example, we have a number of applications that require the 3D printer nowadays, and due to the advancements, due to the research which is carried out over the years, over the past decade in the 3D printing technology, the materials manufactured can be used for many applications. Say for example, we have few applications such as healthcare, aerospace, automotive, architecture, consumer goods, and even in education sector also we are using the 3D printing technology. In the healthcare, for the medical implants, for the prosthetics and customized surgical tools, we are using the 3D printing printed materials. For aerospace applications, we can go for the prototyping, which is nothing but the creation of the first component out of the entire lot. We go for the 3D printing technology. We can go for the lightweight components by optimizing the manufacturing process parameters, which can be done through the digital mode, and then it can be taken to the prototype mode using the 3D printer. Automotive sector, the applications are very similar to the aerospace. Here we go for a technology called rapid prototyping, in which we have to create a component and we have to test the component. We can use the 3D printer or the 3D printing technology to create the rapid prototype, and custom parts production which cannot be done by the conventional methods, or which cannot be done by the usual methods with that much of simplicity. We can go for the 3D printing technology. For the architecture scale modes, building components can be made as the prototypes using the 3D printer. And for the consumer goods, customized products, fashion accessories can be made by the 3D printers. Even in the education sector, the tangible models that can be touched and experienced field can be made by the 3D printing technology nowadays, which can enhance the learning process for the students. So what are the different types of 3D printing technologies available? We have a number of 3D printing technologies and classifications, and predominantly we are using these 6 classifications of 3D printing of materials. Those are fused deposition modeling, which is acronymed as FDM, stereolithography, which is called SLA, selective laser sintering, which is abbreviated as SLS, multi-jet fusion, MJF, binder jetting, and digital light processing, which is acronymed as DLP. So we all know the process, definition, classifications, and applications of 3D printers. And what are the advantages of 3D printing? We have n number of advantages of using the 3D printed components and using the technology of 3D printing. So we can do the rapid prototyping, that is for the accelerated product development cycles of new components or the modified components. We can go for the manufacture of the first component, which is called a prototype, which can be done using the plastics or the polymers, which is called as rapid prototyping. And we can go for the change in the geometry or the volume or the area of the particular component by making it tangible, by making it touchable, and then if there is any refinement required for the design, we can go for the change in the geometry that can be done through the rapid prototyping method. And for the customization, the tailoring products to individual needs. For example, in the jewelry applications, we can go for the customized product or the customized design using the 3D printers. Uh, Few designs cannot be made by the conventional manufacturing process, or else the conventional manufacturing process require a heavy manufacturing cost. So in those areas, 3D printer is going to be a boon for the customers and also for the designers.